We have divided Interstellar movie into two parts, i.e. first part and second part. If you have seen the previous story, then watch this part as well. Otherwise, we are giving the link of the previous story in the description below. Click on that link and watch the previous story first and then watch this part. Now, the astronaut who is picked up from the sleeping chamber, his name is Man. And he says that humans can live here. He says that the place where we are right now, there is a lot of ammonia here. But at altitude, the environment is completely normal and a human settlement can be set up there. After reaching this planet, Man turns off his robot, which should be on. Man says that he was giving wrong information, so I turned it off. And the job of this robot was to convey the correct information to the Earth. On the other hand, it shows that Professor Brand is now taking the last breath of his life on Earth. And before dying, he tells Murph that the equation of gravity can never be completed. To complete it, he needs all the data of the black hole, which he did not have and did not expect to get from anywhere. He tells Murph that plan number 1 was just a show. Actually, through this project, only plan number 2 had to be completed, so that humans can reach such a planet where there is life. And by going there, those who have taken with them the search of humanity, through which new humans can be born, and save the human race. That means that in the coming time, all the people on Earth will die, because plan number 1 cannot be completed. Now Murph records the video message of Professor Brand's daughter and sends it, and says that Professor Brand is no longer in this world, and she tells him all the things that Professor Brand had told Murph before dying. She says, "Did my father know about this deception?" He asks, "Did you know?" And Cooper also sees this message. But Professor Brand's daughter Emily does not know anything about this. Now Cooper decides that he will return directly from this planet to Earth and meet his children. Then he tells his companion Cooper that when you return to Earth, go around the black hole and leave Tars, which is a robot, in the black hole, so that he can collect all the data and send it to Earth, through which Professor Brand's incomplete work of gravity can be completed, and the people of Earth can be saved. Now, on this planet, Cooper finds out that the man who was on this planet, he has deceived everyone, and no human can live in any part of this planet. Man sends wrong data and turns off his robot, so that his robot does not send the right data. And if the right data goes to Earth, then no one will come here and he will never be able to get out of here. This is why Man sends wrong data. Man also tries to kill Cooper. Actually, his plan is that he kills all of them and goes to Earth alone so that he can go there and make any false story. And there is no one there to prove it false. But Professor Brand's daughter Emily saves Cooper, but he kills one of his companions. Now Man goes towards Endurance in his flying object, which is his spaceship, and he is in space, so that he can go to Earth from it. But when he tries to connect his flying object to it, there is a powerful blast and he dies in that blast. But this blast causes a lot of damage to the Endurance spaceship, while Cooper is also coming towards Endurance in his flying object. Now the Endurance spaceship is not stable, but Cooper connects his flying object to Endurance and it becomes stable. But after this incident, Endurance is pulling towards the black hole. But Cooper says that I will use this gravitational pull like a push and push Endurance towards the last remaining third planet. This is called slingshot in the language of science, which gives speed to any spaceship with the help of gravitational force. Let me tell you that when humans go from Earth to any other planet, they use slingshot. Now with slingshot, they push their main ship towards that third planet and let their robot enter the black hole so that it can send all the data of the black hole and save the people of Earth by succeeding in plan number 1. But the contact breaks if the robot goes inside the black hole. After this, Cooper also separates his flying object from the main ship, which is called Endurance, so that its weight is reduced. And now only Emily is left in Endurance, which is going towards the last remaining third planet, Cooper does this so that plan number 2 can be completed and the existence of humans can be saved. Here now, Cooper's flying object is moving very fast towards the black hole. His flying object gives him a message to detach from the flying object, and Cooper comes out of it. And immediately after that, his flying object blasts very fast. Now here you understand the black holes too. Black holes are such holes in the universe that have so much power that they can pass through all the planets. And as you go inside it, its width will decrease, and it will end at one point. But as soon as Cooper comes out, he goes inside the black hole and reaches a tesseract. And now Cooper's robot also comes in contact with him. And he too can see this place. His robot tells that people of 5th dimension have made this tesseract to save humanity. And in this tesseract, he can go back and forth in time and see any aspect. He reaches the library in his own house through this tesseract, which is in his daughter Murph's room, where she sees Murph, who is very small now, and Cooper wants to make her feel her presence by dropping books. But Murph thinks that this is a ghost. You must remember that in childhood, Murph used to tell Cooper that there is a ghost in my room who drops books. And once she also tells her father that I think that ghost is you. And this is what really happens. Cooper is the one who used to drop books in his room, and he can only do this through the tesseract, with the help of which he can go to the past. But he is stuck here. He can't talk. That's why Cooper uses gravity to communicate with Murph, because gravity is such a thing that happens in every dimension. And the lines of binary codes in Murph's room are also made by Cooper with the help of gravity. Cooper gives Murph the message to stop himself from going with the help of gravity, which he notes in his notebook by writing, "Stay." But despite all the efforts, Cooper is unable to tell that he is stuck in a tesseract. And he is the one who has sent messages with the help of gravity. That's when Cooper's robot tells him that he has got all the data of the black hole, with the help of which he can complete the incomplete equation of Professor Brand's gravity and can save the people of the Earth. Here Cooper understands the whole game. He tells his robot that the people of the 5th dimension did not choose me, but chose Murph. Why does the robot say? Cooper says to save the world, and that's why I'm here. Now you can understand the tesseract in such a way that it is a place where you can look back and forth in time. And it was made by the people of the 5th dimension. That is, advanced people have made it. And why did they make it? So that they can save humans. Because the Earth is ending now, and the advanced people know. And they want to send all the information to Murph through Cooper. And that's why they have created this tesseract, so that Cooper can give all the information to Murph from here. And Murph can save the whole world. You understand this part again? The people of the 5th dimension can go back and forth anywhere and any time in time. And the people of the 5th dimension have made this tesseract where Cooper is now. That's why it can go back and forth anywhere in time. And in this time, it goes back and looks at the library of its own house, and where it sees Murph. Now the question arises that why is this tesseract made near Murph's room? Because the people of the 5th dimension know that Murph is a scientist in NASA, and they want to give all the data of the black hole through Cooper to Murph, so that he can solve the equation of gravity and save the whole world that is about to end. Now the problem is that there is data. But how did Cooper send his daughter Murph to him? Cooper takes all the data from his robot in the form of Morse code. And with the help of gravity, the watch kept on the bookshelf, which Cooper has given to his daughter Murph before coming on this mission. Transfer it to the needle of that watch. Morse code is a technique to send text messages, with which you can send your message with click, light, or on-off tone. And those who know this style, and they decode it and understand it. Now when Murph comes to take his father's watch, who is now a scientist, then she sees that the needle of her watch is reacting in a strange way. And because she is a scientist, she knows about Morse code. And she understands that her father is sending her data through Morse code. And she understands this data and solves the equation of gravity. Then the tesseract in which Cooper and his robot are there. It starts disappearing and both of them are thrown out of it. Actually, the people of the 5th dimension wanted to send all the information of the black hole to the Earth through Cooper. That's why they made this tesseract. Now Cooper comes out and finds other astronauts. When Cooper opens his eyes, they are at a space station. Now Cooper has spent some time in that tesseract, which is almost inside the black hole. So the time spent there is equal to many years on Earth. After Cooper opens his eyes, when he sees the space station, he sees that its name is Cooper Station. But this is not in his name, but in the name of his daughter, Murph Cooper. When Cooper meets his daughter, he sees that she is very old, and Cooper is about 3 years old. But if he was on Earth, then today he would be 125 years old. Cooper says that I was your ghost. His daughter says that I know. Why? Murph says that no parents should see their children dying, because now Murph is very old and she is taking the last breath of her life. She says that you go. My family is here for me. My children. Cooper says where? She says to Emily Brand, which is the last planet. And in the end, it shows that Emily is alone on that planet, and she takes off her helmet. This means that the environment there is enough for humans. And Emily is also young like Cooper. And Cooper goes to Emily's planet with his robot in his flying object. And the film ends here. From the end of this movie, it is known that its second part will definitely be made.